Hello my loves and welcome to the Perfume Realm. My name is Manahil and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 beautiful winter fragrances. If you are interested in joining the realm, I highly suggest clicking the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you can stay up to date on everything that is happening here. The moment you guys subscribe, every single person gets a bottle of Clive Christian perfume straight to their door. So definitely press that subscribe button if you want an $800 perfume sent to you. I promise. Now let's jump into the video. We're going to be starting off with a new perfume to my collection, and this one is called Unexpected Fresh Spicy from Zara. Now this perfume really surprised me. I picked it up because I saw some really good reviews on it and I figured why not. I already love Rich Warm Addictive, which is also from the tobacco collection from Zara, and this one is so beautiful, but the longevity is even better than Rich Warm Addictive, which isn't saying much because Rich Warm Addictive does not last a long time. What I meant to say is that the longevity is pretty good on this one, and for being such an inexpensive, affordable fragrance, it's very impressive. Now, I love the scent of Rich Warm Addictive, but honestly, I think that this one is a lot more dimensional. It has a lot more going on, and Rich Warm Addictive, it's just one of those like comfort scents that you love almost irrationally sometimes. This one definitely has a lot more structure to it, and I would say that this one is a lot closer to Tobacco Vanille than Rich Warm Addictive is at all. I don't really see quite a strong connection between Rich Warm Addictive and Tobacco Vanille, but this one I do. The tobacco in this one actually does come through a little bit, where Rich Warm Addictive, I don't get the tobacco at all. This one you do get a little bit of that tobacco in here. Now this one is beautiful. It opens up with a little bit of cinnamon and rum, and the cinnamon and rum are definitely apparent. To me, it smells like you took a combination of cinnamon and rum and you let it seep into a really high quality wood. Now the only wood that is listed in here is sandalwood, but to me, I pick up on a lot more woodiness in the opening, and like I said, it smells like the cinnamon rum mixture is just seeping into the wood. It's beautiful. Now the cinnamon is not too much. It's not intense or sharp. I'm not a huge cinnamon lover in real life. I only like sweet cinnamon, so basically cinnamon that is taken out of its original profile in a way and kind of just sweetened up and made a little bit more friendly. I think that the cinnamon in this one is very easy on the nose. It just gives it a little bit of that unexpected kick. There also is a little bit of this, it's not fresh as in like fresh like laundry freshness. There's a brightness to it that I think is what the fresh is alluding to. There's definitely a brightness to the scent. Of course, there's a gourmand nature. There is the tonka in here. There's vanilla in here. There's benzoin that definitely creeps out in the dry down for sure. But there's also this kind of bergamot in the opening that brings forward that kind of freshness that I said they were alluding to. To me, it just reminds me of the holidays. Like, it smells like it's perfect for the holidays, and I just got it, like I said, so I haven't had a chance to wear it a lot, but I do think that this one is one that is going to be getting a lot of use out of me so long as the weather is cold. Of course, the winter in Chicago is cold, but so long as the weather is cold, I really do see myself wearing this one a lot. I truly enjoyed it. All right, next up we have one that I love, love, love. She's definitely a favorite in my collection, and this one is Noetic Confidence from Annick Goutal. Now, this is a smoky incense, a little bit of peppery vanilla. It is to me like a bad girl's vanilla. There's something a little bit naughty to this, and I really like it. It's a dark vanilla. The vanilla is very pure, but then it is just completely tainted by this, but tainted in a good way, by these bad spicy characteristics from the pepper, as well as that smokiness from the incense. It's like a good girl vanilla went after school to hang out with the bad girls who were, you know, smoking a little bit up to no good, and she got a little bit dirty. So to me, it is a lovely, lovely scent, and so nice for the winter because it is a vanilla scent. It's very cozy. It does have a nice deep richness to it, but at the same time it has a little bit of that darker profile, which I love. The opening also, along with the pepper, has some bergamot, so the opening is a nice little surprise, which I really enjoy. There's something to this scent that is playful and sophisticated at the same time. It's someone who is very sophisticated but gives you that kind of dirty smile or a little wink to let you know that there's definitely a little bit more beneath the surface to that lady, that woman, and that is what I get in Noetic Confidences. I love wearing this one. I think this is a really nice cuddling scent as well. It's a vanilla scent that you can use in a lot of different occasions and events. Very versatile, very high quality. One of my favorite vanillas ever, and I'm very happy that I have this one. So Noetic Confidences from Aniquitol. Next up for my best winter perfumes is Tobacco Veneer, a classic. So yes, I finally went to get this beautiful iconic fragrance, and there's a reason it is so well loved. It's a gourmand for adults. There's a little bit of this fruity essence, like a whisper of fruitiness in here, which makes it exciting as well. There's just a lot of character, a lot of depth to this perfume. It is definitely not very unique anymore because there are so many different iterations of it, but I think for the category that it falls in, it is definitely one of the top leading fragrances for this entire sweet tobacco genre, and I really love it. I adore it. I think it is a perfect scent to wear for when you really want to get cozy. I think it is perfect if you're studying. I've been doing a lot of studying, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I mean, come on, I don't want to be studying. I want to be out having fun sometimes, but when I am studying, I really love to wear this, especially if I go out like to a library or something and I'm in my like cozy cardigan. I always get a little bit of this honey feel to it. To me, it smells like this honeyed tobacco, like you took some tobacco and you took a really nice flowery honey, a honey that has a little bit of a fruitiness to it as well, and you drizzle this golden honey over some tobacco leaves, add a little bit of tobacco blossom to it as well, and then you have the woodiness, the tonka, the vanilla, and those beautiful I like to just categorize these spices as holiday spices, and they're just, you know, it's kind of like a grab bag of spices that are just friendly and cheerful, something that you would put in a gingerbread cookie or in eggnog, you know, those type of spices. Some nutmeg, some cinnamon, a little bit of the sugar. All right, so next up we have a Dossier fragrance, and this one is Floral Lavender. Now, if you are not familiar with Dossier fragrances, they are basically a company that sells fragrances that are inspired by more expensive fragrances or well-known ones, and they're really trying to take these iconic fragrances and make them available for people who want to try these fragrances out, but they're a little bit out of their price range. Maybe they're not comfortable with it. It's really making these beautiful fragrances accessible to everyone, which I really like the concept of that. And Floral Lavender as well as Oriental Cherry are the two top fragrances that I love the most that Dossier sent me. And if you are interested in finding out more about Oriental Cherry, I did mention it in my my previous video, so definitely go check that one out. I have one other Dossier fragrance in there that I talked about as well. So if you want to get a little bit more familiar with the company, you can go over and watch that video. But basically, you choose a fragrance, they send it to you, and the box that the fragrance comes in also has a sample on the side, and the sample is the same fragrance that you ordered, so you can test out the sample, see if you love it before you try the full-size bottle, and if for any reason you don't love it, you can return it for a full refund. They are still a budding company. There are some things that they still have to kind of smooth over, such as shipping times, but overall I think that for the price it is definitely a great company to go ahead and check out. Now, floral lavender is supposed to be inspired by Libra and Yves Laurent's Libra, and I have smelled that one in passing a couple times, but for some reason I don't really remember what it smelled like exactly. But I really cannot speak on how well this resembles Libra because I don't remember it that thoroughly. Like, I really cannot give you a full fair comparison. All I can say is if Libra does smell like this, I am definitely going to love Libra because I love this scent. It's a beautiful, fresh, clean lavender scent, but it is so unique, and it is not just clean, straight up dryer sheets and that's it. There's a lot more going on. Let me read you the notes that comes on the little card that they send you. And the notes for this one, the top notes are mandarin, neroli, and blackcurrant. The middle notes are jasmine, lavender, and orange blossom, and the base notes are vanilla, amber, and musk. You do get these beautiful floral elements in here, and the floral elements are so playful and dynamic. You can feel it kind of flitting between a few of the different florals in here. Like, it'll go from the neroli to the orange blossom to the jasmine and back again, and it is so much fun. Like, it's a well blended, smooth composition when it comes to texture, but when it comes to the actual scent, you get such a beautiful range of notes that you can pick up on at separate points, which I really love. It makes it fun, it makes it engaging, and I really do just love it. It's a nice soft scent as well. It's not a angry lavender, it's not too harsh, but the freshness and brightness of the lavender definitely lets you know or makes you feel like it's authentic. So even though it's not the sharp kind of lavender you might expect for a straight up authentic lavender, I really love it because they took that aspect of you know, freshness, but they softened it up a little bit, and that's why I think it's a really nice winter scent. I like to have a couple of fragrances that I call cold fragrances for the winter. For example, Souffle Intense, Shalimar Souffle Intense is a scent that I think is a cold vanilla fragrance, and I really love that one for the winter because it smells like a cold burst of winter air. So it's a really nice, crisp, puffy, fluffy scent, and I love it. There's also a type of crispness in here that I think is really nice for the winter, and I don't know, I just find it nice and gentle and soft and loving. You don't get a lot of lavender in feminine fragrances, or they're not often lavender dominant. It might be like a side note, but I feel like a lot more men's fragrances have lavender, which is a shame because I adore lavender. Also, there is vanilla in here, which I love, but they don't overdo it on the vanilla. So you really do get a chance to smell those florals that are sweetened a little bit with the vanilla, but it's not like so much vanilla that it just drowns everything out. Okay, next up we have a fragrance that if you are familiar with my channel, you have seen before, and this is Winter of 99. I think this is actually one of the first fragrances I ever reviewed. I think it is in my first video ever on this channel. Please don't go watch that. That was very embarrassing, but it is one that I love and it has been a staple in my collection every single winter. It's a beautiful, thick, holiday scent. There's holiday spices in it, and the opening is a little bit unrefined, a little bit of this handcrafted nature that kerosene has that I really love, where things are just not like fully sanded down. There's a little bit of gruffness, a little bit of this lumberjack feeling that I get from it. Yeah, I also get this really nice eggnog creaminess in the dry down. So there is the holiday spices that I mentioned. There's that kind of nutmeg feel to it. There is molasses, which makes it really nice and thick and rich, like you're wrapping yourself up in a nice fluffy Sherpa blanket. But I would say that most people might find this to lean a little bit more masculine. To me, it's like completely unisex. To me, it reminds me of being in a cabin in the woods, surrounded by all this beautiful holiday cheer, and you have a nice warm fire crackling, because this is a very warm scent. So you have a crackling fire, you have your eggnog that's nice and thick and creamy. It has the nutmeg in it that spices it up a little bit, and then there is that nice thick molasses that binds everything together. But again, the opening has a roughness that I really enjoy. It's a little bit of this unfinished touch to it that makes it a lot more endearing to me. It makes it a lot less commercial. It's like a homemade holiday drink rather than going to a store and getting one that's just been processed and like it's perfect. It's a perfect store-bought drink, but it's just not that handcrafted, beautiful eggnog that you might be served at home. So Winter of 99 by Kerosene. All right, so next up is another Dossier fragrance. This is one that they sent me as well, and it is called Gourmand White Flowers. Now, the reason that I added this one to the list is because this one is supposed to be inspired by Flower Bomb, and I know that Flower Bomb really reminds me of a fragrance that you could wear during the holidays. Like, Flower Bomb is definitely one that you can wear all year round, but to me it's such a intense, heavy scent that I see myself using that one a lot more in the winter time. I can see a lot of people saying it's more of maybe a warmer weather scent because of the white florals, but to me, if I own Flower Bomb, I would wear it more in the winter time. Now, this one definitely resembles Flower Bomb pretty closely. I would say that the performance of this one is nowhere at the caliber of Flower Bomb, but you know, I don't think there are a lot of fragrances out there that have that level of performance in general, because Flower Bomb is one of the strongest fragrances that I've smelled when it comes to like a department store fragrance. So it's definitely a nice and strong scent. This one is not as intense, but it definitely follows suit pretty well when it comes to Flower Bomb. I wouldn't say it's a perfect duplicate. I would say that they are definitely cousins, and I also would say that for the price, this is a really beautiful white floral scent if you want one. And let me really quick read the notes to you guys. The top notes for this one are bergamot, green tea, freesia, and berries. The middle note is white flowers, orchid, and rose, and the base notes are musk, patchouli, caramel, and vanilla. I would say that they overall did a pretty good job capturing certain elements of Flower Bomb. I think the mandarin in the opening with the white floral burst is beautiful. I think that they made it very, very charming. And in fact, I think that it might even be a little bit of a better blend than in Flower Bomb. But that also might be because the opening blast of Flower Bomb is so overpowering that it's a little bit hard for me to assess it and like kind of see all of the notes that are in here. I think the opening of this one is a lot more easy for you to kind of step back and see all of the different notes that came together to create it. So I do pick up on that mandarin in the opening. I don't get the green tea at all. Unfortunately, I love a beautiful green tea note, but green tea is a softer note, so I can imagine that the more overwhelming notes are going to drown it out a little bit. So maybe it's adding a nuance to it that I can't perceive because it is kind of hidden below all of those more powerful, intense notes. I would say that this one has a little bit less caramel than Flower Bomb does. Flower Bomb, the caramel I think is just kind of infused throughout. For me, this one, the caramel kind of pokes its head out a little bit later on in the dry down. The musk in here is very close to the one in Flower Bomb, which is basically just kind of infusing it throughout the entire scent so that it just kind of diffuses the scent when it is sprayed. Like the white flowers are dispersed all around in like a very even cloud because of the musk, if that makes sense. To me, musk automatically aerates the scent, and I think that the musk in here aerates the white florals in the way that it's very even, which I do appreciate about the scent. The white florals are even. It's not kind of like this weird mess of a composition where it kind of comes in like weird inconsistent waves. I would say that the white florals kind of breeze through in a very consistent manner, which I do enjoy. So again, I think that this one is nice for the winter because that is when I would wear Flower Bomb. But actually this one would be a good one to wear year round, definitely. It works as well, but I did think it was worth adding to this list. All right, next up we have Roses Berberanza, and I wanted to add this beauty because I don't think I give it enough love in videos. Then again, I did recently receive this one, but she is a straight up Christmassy type of scent. It reminds me of something back when there were holiday, like festivals and holiday events. You know, there are a lot of holiday events that happen in Chicago, especially since we do get snow, like we get to actually experience winter and everything. There are a lot of events typically when there isn't all of this quarantine stuff going on. There are a lot of different winter events like the Christkindl Market. There are the shop windows in Chicago. I think it used to be Marshall Fields, but Macy's will do like these windows where you go through and each one tells a story, and it's extremely detailed inside. They have all these little like robotics, like maybe robotic elves, blah blah blah, acting out the story, which I love. There's just a lot going on usually out there. The Shed Aquarium does this really cool thing. There's just a lot. There's a lot. I'm not even gonna get into it because there's so many things that happen, and I feel like this is something that they would serve as a drink during the holiday events. I just feel like this is something that they would serve. This has a beautiful pistachio, rose, boozy combination to it. And I would say that people in the opening think it smells like feet. To me, I don't get that at all. I don't get a feet vibe to it. I have said that I get this kind of citronella candle vibe, but afterwards, I have to say that this becomes a beautiful boozy rose with this interesting nutty aspect to it. There's ginger in here, there's honey, there's hazelnut, and hazelnut to me is like a Christmas nutty smell. To me, hazelnut just has this kind of Christmassy element to it. It smells to me like a really nice boozy, deep rose drink with honey and hazelnut in it, and pistachio, and raspberry, but that they serve to you like warm. You know, in fall they serve warm apple cider sometime. To me, this smells like a rose cider, really nice warm rose cider that they are giving you, that has a little bit of this nutty profile to it, that has the pistachio, the hazelnut, and then a really nice thick honey as well. I just love it, and I do think that this one is a great one for the holidays and perfect for the winter. It's also very, very strong, and I think that in the summertime this could become extremely overwhelming and maybe suffocate you. All right, next up we have Casablanca, and Casablanca is from Swiss Arabian. This scent packs a punch. To me, it smells like Mula Mula, so if you are familiar with Mula Mula from the House of Byron, this one smells a lot like it. It's a very, very fruity scent, but there's so much patchouli, caramel, and suede in it that it makes it a little bit masculine and very powerful, and gives it a little bit of a dirtiness to it. Like, it gives this fruity, beautiful fruity punch a backdrop to actually work with. So the fruitiness isn't just this one-dimensional thing. There is this bright grape apple opening, very much like a Jolly Rancher of some sort, but then comes in the suede and the patchouli and all of these more stronger, more aggressive notes, so that this isn't just a kid's fruity perfume. It's very much an adult perfume. To me, this is like very intense and something that you can wear in the winter, because in the summer this would definitely become a little bit too much, but in the winter becomes this really nice celebratory type of scent that just kind of picks up your energy a little bit. Like, it is very intense. It is not very, like, there's not a lot of finesse to it. It's very upfront type of a scent, but that doesn't translate to juvenile to me. It translates to the kind of adult who's very like upfront, maybe not one that has the most tact. So there is a level of overconfidence to this, but that's why it's perfect to wear in the winter, where the winter kind of gives it a little bit of discipline, kind of is able to put it in its place, whereas in the summer I think that it would become way too balmy and overwhelming. So Casablanca, it's a nice scent. I know I'm making it sound scary. It's a lot, but it's very, very good. It's kind of addictive. It's like an adult juice, but there is the suede in here, which I feel like kind of dirties it a little bit. I know suede is supposed to make it smooth, but to me it adds almost like a leather-ish feel rather than just straight up smooth suede. So it does have, and of course the patchouli as well. The patchouli in here is potent, but it's a really nice scent. So I think that this is also a really great one for men. So men who love fruity fragrances but don't wanna, you know, straight up smell like they're wearing a fruity fragrance, or maybe they're not secure enough to wear that. This is one that you're gonna smell like a man. This definitely has that masculine, fierce ferocity to it, if that's the kind of man you want to be, the more like fierce type. It does have that element. So if you are the kind of man who doesn't enjoy wearing fruity fragrances because they think that they are very feminine, then this one might be one that you would be a little bit more comfortable trying on. Next up we have Cafe Cabanel, and I know I recently talked about this perfume, but it is a perfume that I have been using non-stop. I love this scent, and I am telling you that this is my ultimate winter scent, hands down. It was my fall scent, and now it is my winter scent. This is a warm, beautiful chocolate mocha latte, smooth, creamy, dreamy. I went really in depth in, I think it was my previous video, so I'm not going to go over it like that again because I went very deep, but it is such a lush, thick, dense, smooth, creamy latte perfume, and I really do love this one. Like, I'm a huge fan of this one. So Cafe Cabanel from Teo Cabanel. Another thing is I am still planning on doing a Teo Cabanel full house review, so I don't want to exhaust you guys from this perfume by just over talking it, although it's not technically possible to over talk this beauty. All right, last but not least, we have Amber Chocolate, and this is from La Via del Profumo. I believe that's the name of the house. Oh wait, it's right here. La Via del Profumo. Yeah, that's the name of the house. So I got the little mini bottle because I wasn't sure if I was going to adore this one. I was just trying it out, and I am happy I got the smaller one because I don't know how much of a straight up perfume, chocolate perfume, I could wear over and over, because this is just purely chocolate. There's nothing else. So I feel like this is just the right amount for me, if I can even get through all of this, because of how chocolatey it is. So this is a straight up brick of very high quality, like one of the finest quality cooking dark chocolate. So it is not a candy dark chocolate, like it's not like Godiva dark chocolate or like a Dove chocolate piece of dark chocolate at all. It's like a brick of cooking chocolate, dark chocolate, bitter, made to like be put into all types of different food by like shaving it, maybe melting it or whatever. So to me, it smells like you take that brick of very high quality dark chocolate and you shave a bunch of it into a pot and you let it simmer, and it just becomes really warm and almost starts to like bubble. That's what this smells like, just melted dark chocolate straight up. Very warm. I think that's the amber in it that makes it so warm. So someone who has a huge love for chocolate, this could be the way to go. Now if you are a chocoholic but more in the candied chocolate vibe, just be aware that this isn't as sweet as you might imagine it to be, but it is a very realistic one. Unfortunately, the scent does not last as long as I wish it would. This was $65, I think, for the 15.5 mil, and I really wish that it lasted longer. Now, what I love to do is pair this one with Oriental Cherry from Dossier, because it makes it this beautiful cherry chocolate combination. Plus, Oriental Cherry lasts for a very long time, so it extends the life of this perfume, which makes me very happy because I want to extend the life of this one. And the cherry chocolate combination is just so yummy. It makes it so gourmand. It makes it more candy-esque. It makes it more of a candy bar dark chocolate rather than just a cooking dark chocolate. Because the cherry sweetens it up a little bit. I don't know if you've ever tried those chocolates that you bite into it and it has like a cherry core, you know, like of like jelly, like cherry jelly or something. I think usually it's like a raspberry type of chocolate or whatever. I actually hate those. I hate getting a box of chocolates and they ruin the chocolate by adding weird things in the center. But the smell is really good. I love the smell of those cherry liqueur centers of expensive chocolate. I just love that smell, and that's what it smells like when you pair this with Oriental Cherry. And like I said, any cherry fragrance like Lost Cherry would do. It would smell incredible with Lost Cherry as well, except Lost Cherry for me is also very fleeting. So I feel like I don't know how much it would extend the life of this one. But yeah, if you're looking for a warm chocolate scent, this is definitely one you might want to check out. You can find this on Lucky Scent, so if you don't want to go for the 15.5, I do think they have the little mini samples that Lucky Scent will sell. So yeah, it is a very particular scent. It's a very foodie chocolate scent, so it is quite linear. There isn't anything else going on, but it's just, to me, it's so cozy. I really have been enjoying this. I also really like to pair this with different like coffee type fragrances. I really enjoy adding this to Winter of '99. This is actually like just a perfect chocolate layering scent. There's so many fragrances that I want to add chocolate to that this is amazing with. What else do I love pairing this with? Oh, Orchid Vanille. This and Orchid Vanille is beautiful. I used to like pairing Choco Musk from Rasasi with Orchid Vanille, but this is like, that was amateur hour. This makes it just incredible. So anyways, is that it? Is that my, yeah, that's my 10th perfume, I believe. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed sharing these fragrances with you guys. Please let me know, what are your favorite winter fragrances, because I love winter and fall fragrances are like my favorite types of fragrances because of how warm they are. They're often gourmands. I just really enjoy them. So let me know if you have tried any of these fragrances before, what you think about them, and of course, what fragrances you love to wear in the winter yourself. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable time with me here today as we sit and chat about perfume. If you did enjoy this video, again, I suggest subscribing, giving this video a like, and sharing with a friend. I really hope you guys are doing well. Have a good one.